All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the WAN Show. The show on the internet. That's why we called it WAN Show.
I started trying to come up with a different name for it. I was like the offline show, and I was like, nope, technically it's online.
It's online.
Yep.
It says my line is
like
on, your line is on.
Slow WAN.
We could touch our lines together if you want.
We could.
Well, I've heard a conspiracy theory from the same guy who did the Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Master conspiracy theory that actually we called it WAN Show because we chickened out on calling it the Weekly Analysis News and Gaming Show.
The same guy?
No,
You made
I
this up?
made that up entirely.
I was really excited because that guy's like famous in my mind.
Yeah, no, he's about as internet famous as like anyone who works here, I think.
Yeah.
Like I don't know anyone who hasn't read that Reddit.
I thought that would have been super cool. I thought you talked to him. I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
No, I'm not that cool, unfortunately. Sorry. Illusion shattered. Oh, I'm not wearing my Christmas WAN sweater. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe I'll change during the intro. But we got a lot of great. Oh, excellent. Excellent. When are you seeing it?
28th.
Oh, get wrecked.
Yeah, I know, it sucks.
Get wrecked.
I know. I'm going with Brandon, though.
This
so
is
that's
what my
pretty cool.
dancing boobies look like because I'm going to see it on the 19th.
Calm your tits, okay? Calm.
Whoa. So we got a great show for you guys today. Apple released the iPhone battery case. I'm not sure if they were thinking battery like thing that holds a charge or battery like an assault on your senses. Trump wants to close up their internet to fight terrorism.
Wow, I went to go talk to Twitch chat really quick without realizing that it was my turn. Indiegogo, there's a campaign on Indiegogo right now for a computer that fits in your pocket because, like, that would be pretty groundbreaking, actually.
I almost exclusively wear Linus Tech Tips shirts now.
I don't have it. I'm getting more, though. I'm getting, like, 4 more or something. Yeah.
It's like it's gotten to the point where it's kind of ridiculous. I'm either wearing, like, my name on my chest or, like, something that I did. Or
your name on your back.
Or like something that like Ed or like Burkle designed with my name on my back.
Also, troll insurance.
Troll insurance.
I'm not even going to say anything else. There's other information that we said in the pre-show thing. I'm not even going to bother.
But we're going to get to that later on in the show.
Yep.
For now, we're going to roll that intro.
Yep.
I hope this works. Oh, crap.
Oh, wrecked.
Oh, I have all the wrong. I have all the wrong sponsors. No, maybe I can do this.
Go fast.
No, I'll pull this off. Hold on.
Go fast like tribes. Go like tribes.
Hold on.
You can shoot something while it's walking relatively not that fast.
Okay, just calm down.
But what about tribes where it's like going really fast?
Hold on, I'm working on this. Okay.
Oh, you didn't make it in.
Linda.
Find the edge.
I gotta find the edge. Yes.
Yeah.
Linda. Freshbooks. Boop. Yeah, baby. And iFixit. Boop. Yeah. Woo! Round of applause for Linus and his team, especially Linus, who was the one responsible for pulling that out of the fire, and also it was his fault that it was broken in the first place.
You put it in the fire, and then you took it back out.
That's right.
You're playing like hokey pokey, but with literally a fire.
Does that count? You put your right hand in, you take your right hand out, you scream, "Ah, my God, my hand!" And then you start up a Twitch thing, and you're not signed in or paying any attention.
There's a Riot Games stream going on. That means my stream's gonna get no viewers. Sick.
I think our stream's still doing it. Wow, we have only 2,600 viewers. Oh, you know what?
That thing's always delayed.
The YouTube thing didn't go up.
Oh, derp.
That's interesting. So this is all the hardcores only. This is like hardcores only time.
Or just whoever Twitch decided to send an email to.
Yeah, that too. That's a whole other issue. There's nothing I can really do about that. What is this thing doing? Why are you broken, YouTube? 44% processed on like a 1-minute video. Like, are you there, 46%, 46%. Someone must have thrown a USB drive at the server.
Dude, they're using the quantum computer.
The quantum computer. No, we'll talk about that later, though. Yeah. The quantum computer is definitely quantum-y. There's like
they were using the quantum computer. Now they're comparing it to that single core.
Something, yeah. Well, we'll talk about that. Okay, so actually, no. Let's talk about things. Let's get into our first topic of the day today.
Should we just start with the quantum computer?
No, let's do Donald Trump wanting to close up the internet.
Closing up the internet. Yeah. Because like, you can just close the doors.
You can call up Bill Gates.
Yeah, and Bill Gates can just build a digital wall.
Yeah, so the original article here is from Ars Technica, and to be clear, if you actually watch, and like put some context around this, if you actually watch some of the speech, he's obviously doesn't have a clear enough understanding of how the internet works to have spoken correctly, but some of his sentiments were not entirely ridiculous either. Not everything he said was completely stupid.
But you're talking to internet people about internet terminology.
Yes, some of it was really stupid. I'm just gonna try and I'm gonna go back to my show notes for a second here because I think I put down something that blah blah blah. I mean, acknowledging that people are vulnerable to being recruited, whether it's for ISIS or whether it's I speak from some personal experience without giving too much detail here. Not myself, but someone that was very close to me. You know, whether it's something like a pro-Anna suicide society or something like that. People can be very susceptible to being drawn into someone who will make them feel like they fit in. And I feel like the internet has made some of these very, very extreme sects a little bit more accessible. Sects, not sex. It's made that more accessible too.
That's true.
But I'm not complaining about that.
Craigslist.
So some of what he's saying is it comes from a good place, I think, but obviously calling up Bill Gates or
he just doesn't get how it works.
Other internet leaders to close up the internet in some way. And then he goes on to say, you know, free speech, what about free speech? We gotta deal with this terrorist threat. That's not necessarily the right approach either. But I think the bottom line is this. I hope in my deepest heart of hearts that Donald Trump wins the presidency because there will never be a slow news week for the entire 4 years that he's in.
So you just want it because it would be hilarious.
Yes. Not enough to vote for him. And to anyone who's considering voting for Trump just because you think it's hilarious and you just want to troll the entirety of your country, I would urge you to please reconsider because there's so many trolls out there that he might actually win.
I don't think we usually give political voting opinions, but
we don't, but don't vote for someone to troll. I think is pretty safe political advice. If you genuinely believe in Donald Trump and his principles, I'm not going to tell you not to vote for him. That is your prerogative.
That would be undemocratic.
But if you are voting for Donald Trump because you're like,
don't do that.
Because you just want no slow no slow news weeks for 4 years.
It would be kind of like a news wake. You would just it's just the wake of Donald Trump as he just crashes through everything.
And the entire internet
all
news
the reporters
community,
just crawl into the office. Oh my God, he did more things.
They would die of laughter, their abdominal muscles would actually implode upon themselves. So.
My little joke that I wanted to throw in here is that people should just start feeding him more just not true stuff. Start telling about the series of tubes thing.
Oh my
goodness. And then just be like, if you just make the tubes a little bit smaller, then the bad messages will be delayed too much because they're coming from too far away and they won't make it in.
Did you see the thing he posted about how it was mostly blacks killing whites or something like that? Some completely false, no one can figure out where it came from infographic that was supposedly attributed to the Seattle Police Department or something like that, but did not. They're no, that didn't come from here.
That's brutal.
Yeah, and he retweeted it.
Are you sure it was okay? It was a retweet. Yeah, because there's been a lot of stuff where he didn't actually say it.
Yes, and he didn't say it, but you also have to be responsible. You can't be retweeting that.
No,
stuff.
I don't mean that. The retweet has value. I mean I've seen a lot of jokes online where people will share things from satire websites and be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he said this," and it's that's because he didn't. Although to be fair, it wouldn't be that surprising at this point.
Yeah. So, apparently they did figure out where it came from. All right, well, thank you for that. Either way, it didn't come from the Seattle police.
Again, we're not
political,
whatever.
Yep.
Speaking of not being political, whatever, European Commission officially presents plan to address Netflix-like geo-blocking.
This I'm really excited
cool.
about. So the original article here is from Torrent Freak. Oh, I'm sorry, Brandon. I did not move that computer. Okay. Sorry, I was busy fixing this computer. Actually, okay, before we get into the EU's proposal,
I wish
which
we
is
could
very
just
cool.
turn the webcam thing on that we used to have and just show Brandon trying to figure out how to walk with this thing.
I know, right?
Without destroying everything.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Good
You
job,
know,
Brandon.
He has. I was telling him this
Your
the other
credit
day.
to the team.
Brandon never trips anymore. Remember the way? Remember he used to trip.
Whoa! I almost just said I know, and then I was like, wait, that changed at some point. He doesn't, though.
I know he's got cat-like agility now.
We put too many wires down.
We were gonna. His nickname.
He's learned the foot flick.
His nickname was gonna be Cables.
He just did the foot flick on
I
that
know.
thing right there.
I know. He's like a navigation master, and this place is easier than the old place. So he's he's like effortlessly moving around here. Other than that, he has to carry heavy things and now.
Heavy things with like stuff coming out of them.
Okay, so the story I was going to tell is that I actually spent. Okay, the show was still late, I know, but I actually spent the hour and a half. So since 3 o'clock today. Okay,
Yeah.
the show starts at 4:30. I was like, okay, I am getting this computer working once and for all. It is happening. So I was like doing something with capture cards, and we've known for some time, like ever since I built the first capture PC I ever built, which was a shuttle with a couple Intensity Pros in it, we realized that mainstream platforms, your Z87, Z97, whatever, with all their PCI Express lane splitting and switching and whatnot, just don't cooperate well with professional grade hardware sometimes.
Yeah.
Where it's low volume hardware and not always designed to work properly in consumer devices. And so I've always had trouble. And even sometimes it's as simple as, okay, maybe I'll try the 4 PCIe lanes that are coming off of the DMI interface versus the split ones that are coming off the CPU, or whatever the case may be. So today I ran into some weird issue, and it was a minor issue, but I was just like, no, that's enough. So I went and got an X79 motherboard. So we are running a 3960X 6-core Extreme Edition. We are running an X79 workstation board, like P9X79WS, whatever, from Asus.
Yeah.
32 gigs of the most stable RAM that we've had, like on all of our benchmark systems. That 1866 Ripjaws,
yeah,
G-Skill
those
stuff
are
that
actually awesome.
like we've never had any issues with.
Yeah.
And then I put in 4 capture devices.
Great.
A Decklink 4K Extreme, an Elgato Pro 60 HD60,
The new one.
a Blackmagic Intensity Pro, and an AverMedia Live Gamer Portable attached via USB. And I was like, okay, we're gonna get this stable.
There's got to be some combination of 2.
Yes.
Just gotta figure it out.
So they're all in there, and I finally got it. I'm pretty sure it's working. I got the audio synced, needed only a slight delay. So I'm pretty sure that we're in pretty good shape. So now that I've said that, I'm sure that I've jinxed it forever now. But it can't be any worse than it was before. Oh, no, now I'm going to make it worse than it was before. Okay,
knock
so
on, there's no wood around here. This isn't really wood.
Yeah, this isn't wood. This is like the closest thing to wood that's in my lap is in my lap. Where are you going? Thank you. Thank you for that, Luke.
Did it for you.
So the EU has issued a proposal that would ban Netflix-style geo-blocking and restrictions, which sounds like fantastic news on first glance. So you want to run through what this is exactly?
Basically, you know how the EU is a lot. People might take offense to this. I don't know. It's a grouping of a bunch of smaller countries.
Yeah.
I come from Canada. We're really big.
Every country is a small country to Canada.
Yeah. I'm not trying to say anything
Not
negative.
in terms of population. They have more people than us.
Oh, yeah. We don't have that many. I mean, like, land mass.
There's a great song by the Arrogant Worms. We've got rocks and trees and trees and rocks and rocks and trees and trees and rocks and rocks and
I wonder
trees
how many
and
people are
trees
gonna know
and
the
rocks
Arrogant
and
Worms.
rocks and trees and trees and rocks and water. Come on, everybody! It's a Canadian song.
Anyways, basically, it's enabling you, if you have a Netflix subscription, to be able to watch it anywhere within the EU, which is pretty sweet.
Yes, but there are some caveats.
Which I don't understand, actually. But
Okay, I can explain this. So
Okay.
basically, the way that they want it to work is they want it to be illegal. If I'm a British citizen, for example, and I subscribe to British Netflix, they want it to be illegal for when I travel to France for my subscription to stop working.
Yeah.
Awesome!
Yep.
Love it! The problem is that with these new regulations, it would actually become more difficult for people who use a VPN to access a broader library of films and videos from another EU country. That would no longer be possible under the new rules.
How?
I don't know.
That's what I don't.
I don't know. So that I don't know, but the new rules would make it so that accessing the library that should be available in your home country is fine, but accessing other libraries would not be fine.
The thing that worries me about this is, are you now going to have to sign up with like citizen IDs or something?
I don't know. See, that's I'm not sure how they're going to handle it.
That's weird.
I'm not sure how they're going to manage it. Like, I know that over the years it's become more difficult, for example, to use a credit card that isn't issued by a bank in the country that you are.
But that's still not that hard. They're saying
Yes.
impossible. You could still find a way. It would
Yeah,
still
so
be
what I'm hoping for is that under the new rules, not possible, like not allowed, but I'm hoping that it would still be somewhat fakeable.
Not possible, like not allowed is fine, because I'm pretty sure that's already a thing. So whatever, go ahead. People are going to do it anyways. Good job. I don't care. There you go. And then the other one.
I just got a hilarious private message from John for Lakers, John Rettinger, Techno Buffalo. There was a particular partner that we worked with once that I kind of off the record, I was like, dude, don't work with them. I'm not going to indicate anything, but yes.
Yeah,
that.
okay.
So I just got a message from him. He's like, dude, I should have listened to you. Have a great WAN show.
I like our new one. We have a replacement one. It's good.
All right. So where were we
So
at
the
with
last
this?
one is people who are in countries where Netflix and services aren't available still won't have access. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not.
So
That was already a thing.
Yeah,
it's just a not better thing.
basically this is like a really small, really tiny step towards reforming the way that geo-blocking and regional restrictions are handled. And honestly, it feels kind of like one step forward, one step back. Just because if it does legitimately make these other forms of access more difficult, then we're not really helping anything. And it forces the content owners to go and rewrite a bunch of their licensing deals for what is, in my
Yes.
mind, not really that helpful. I'd like to see that stuff rewritten
But it's a
more
good first
broadly.
step.
It at least acknowledges that there's a problem.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
We're acknowledging a problem, which is better than nothing. So, I've got people suggesting that it's Hotspot Shield. No, it's not Hotspot Shield. Oh, good. I was just okay. So this is funny. There was a WAN show at one point where we accidentally still had like an ancient Hotspot Shield logo baked into our intro and showed it, but we hadn't been working with Hotspot Shield for over a year, and it happened that Tunnel Bear was a brand new sponsor
Yeah.
starting on that show, and they were just like, yo, bro, what was that? We're like, oh, that was like a really old legacy thing. Don't worry about it.
There was also the time with Squarespace.
We gave them a freebie. Oh, well, yeah, Squarespace, it's a miracle Squarespace still advertises with us.
Why?
Because we screwed up everything with them so many times.
Whatever.
Oh, I got people asking.
Build it beautiful.
I got people asking how my lip feels. They saw the GoPro dodgeball incident.
Oh, yeah. It's been a while.
So, people are geniuses. Everyone has great ideas, and they love sharing them with us. They're like, you know, you're supposed to have the GoPro facing up on those mounts, right?
Oh, my God.
We know. We are putting the GoPros in front of our eyes
In the most annoying
In the-
position possible.
in the most annoying possible way, not because we think that that's a stroke of genius and it helps us see better or anything, but because it gives a more natural point of view perspective on what it is that we're doing. That's why we're doing it.
It destroys your depth perception.
Yeah.
So we tried to put it on the people who were showing some amount of accuracy already, so that it would like bring them down a little bit and make things a little bit more equal. Like
And
it was not.
deliver
We knew it was bad.
and deliver better footage. This
Yeah.
is what we do. This is what we
POV.
do for you. Okay? And yes, Dennis still has a job. No, Dennis has not been deported.
No, that was a joke.
Dennis is a valued member of our
He
team. We
is.
are not deporting him. The problem is that POV sucks. Well, if POV sucks, then 8 inches above POV is definitely not better. So
Why is that search term used so much,
I'm gonna leave you with that.
bro?
So let's go ahead and move into our next topic here. This is cool. So, I mean, if it wasn't cool, we probably wouldn't be talking about it on the show.
Fair.
Except sometimes we talk about stuff that's totally not cool.
That's true. Well,
For the sake of talking about stuff that's
yes.
stupid.
Yeah.
So Google's D-Wave 2X quantum computer, 100 times faster than regular computers.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Excuse me, 100 million times faster. Sorry, I
Yeah.
misread that.
Which the scale makes the point that we're going to make here not really matter, but it's still a valid point.
Yeah. Okay, so basically this was acquired by Google and NASA in 2013. They're keeping it in their like supercomputing lab in Silicon Valley somewhere underground, something along those lines. And basically, in a nutshell, it was able to achieve 10,000 years of computing in seconds.
The thing is, they're not actually really showing what they're comparing it to, and sometimes they're like, yeah, classic computer. And you're like, oh, you mean
a classic single core computer was what it was compared to.
Well, in one place they say classic computer, in another place they say, I think, like consumer, and then somewhere else they're finally like single core, and I'm like, ooh.
So it'd be really nice to know what it's being compared to.
But it is 100 million times faster.
Yes.
So at the same time, it's like,
Still very cool.
Yeah.
But with that said, we're still a long ways away from it being useful for any kind of practical matters. Well, okay. Broadly useful. And we'll explain that a little bit more in a minute. So basically, just as a refresher, regular computing uses zeros and ones, or bits. Quantum computing uses qubits, and in the case of the D-Wave 2X, you can have up to 1,097 qubits. So that's that many more different states. And then it's like quantum nonsense with like it can have this value and this value and all this kind of very complicated stuff that, quite frankly, I'm not enough of a scientist to really properly understand.
Every time we try to talk about anything in this realm, I try to give like a simplified version, and then people try to murder me. So I'm just not even going to bother.
Yeah, so let's not bother. But the point is that what it's really good for, what they were able to find that the D-Wave 2X was able to do really, really well was solving an optimization problem.
Yeah.
So an optimization problem could be something like, let's come up with something very, very simple. So if I want to make the best possible soup can, okay? So you've got a bunch of different variables. You've got the height, you've got the circumference, you've got the ridges that you can put in the side, you've got having a curvature or no curvature to the top and the bottom. And so you could come up with a value that you want. Like, I want the strongest soup can that holds X amount of volume or whatever the case may be. So that would be an optimization problem. So you could have a lot of different variables that the computer has to solve for many different scenarios of all of them to get the best possible result. That would be an optimization problem.
Yeah.
In this case, the problem that the D-Wave 2X solved had about 1,000 variables.
And then each one of those, like, I'm sure a lot of people in the audience know what a variable is, but each one of those will have crazy amounts of values. So that's an entry for a value.
Or any value.
Yeah.
Like it could be, a variable is just is a placeholder. It's what X or Y or whatever else. So you had 1,000 X's, Y's, Z's. You're going to run out of letters of the alphabet. Don't worry too much about that part, though. And it found the optimal answer for all of those variables.
Cool.
The problem right now is that there's only a handful of people in the world who are qualified to actually
input information
into the
Very
D-Wave
hard
2X.
to tell it to do things, which makes sense if you know things about computers. That's kind of, yeah.
Yeah, so they're good. They're going to have to work on making it a little bit easier to use, okay? And then, yeah, and then it'll be more useful. But
quantum computing is still very, like, look at who has it.
It's a long way away from you playing, Half-Life 3 on one. Although probably less far away than Half-Life 3.
Oh, rip. Okay.
Yeah, sorry everyone. Sorry to those who are still holding out hope.
Rough. Speaking of that troll that you just did.
Oh my goodness. So this, what I'll say in advance of this topic is that I don't think there's a way for us to cover this that won't upset the particularly sensitive of our social justice warrior viewers. So someone's going to be upset by the end of this, and That's a shame.
And if the social justice warriors aren't upset, which they probably already are because we said their name.
I did call them
that. Then if they're not upset, then the people who aren't in that category will probably be upset because we probably talked about it too lightly.
Yeah. So basically, let's run through what this is. Let's run through what this is in a nutshell. Yeah, we're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't.
Yeah.
Eh? So Chubb, which to be clear is not the company that makes locks. I wonder if they're doing this because someone called them fat.
Wow. Was wondering if we were going to go there or not.
No, we're
I
not
thought
gonna
about
go
that
there.
before the show. I was like,
we aren't going to go there.
if you troll the company that offers troll insurance,
yeah, what happens?
I don't know.
Like trollception,
Do
or
they
like
have troll insurance on their own? Like,
I don't know.
Can you do
I don't
that?
think you can do that. Because you'd have to have some.
That sounds like
it would have to
fraud
be
bait
yeah,
all over the place.
Okay, anyway, so Chubb, the insurance company, not the company that makes locks and security stuff,
Yep.
is offering this to their clients in the UK starting in 2016.
They're defining it as 3 or more acts by the same person or group, wondering how that's defined, to harass, threaten, or intimidate a customer.
So claims of up to $75,000 can be made for counseling, relocation due to online abuse, or missed work.
And they offer certain things like reputation management, which can help restore your public image, or hiring of a forensic specialist who can try to trace the origins of the trolling.
So the policy, they see it as a way to help clients get back to where they were before the incidents occurred. Wow. Now that I've kind of vomited all that into the microphone, I'm left sort of speechless.
There are certain things in here. I don't know if I'd get insurance for it, but there's certain things in here that I can actually totally defend. I'm gonna devil's advocate this a little bit.
Let's do it. Hit me, bro. Come at me, bro, loser. That's one. We're gonna need like a counter.
If I had insurance on this and I was like the specific person and pointed out you'd lose in like a day.
Right. But this is online harassment. I harass you in person.
Hangouts and stuff.
That is online. Is it online if you're in the same building?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So
it's still going out to the server and then coming back.
So snapping like dick pics and hangoutsing them to you, that would be hold on.
Goes on the internet, comes back.
That's online if you're in the same building.
Yeah.
But what if I'm in the
same room?
What if I'm in the same room?
If we were literally like,
yeah,
and it was both of us, that would still be online.
Okay. Anyway, carry on.
If I was a willing participant, then that wouldn't be harassment.
Carry on. Okay, so defend it.
Anyways, so if you are someone like, say, remember the Boston bombing?
Yes.
Terrible, not cool thing.
Yep.
We did it, Reddit. If you're one
Right.
of the people that they targeted, and you get death threats and stuff, and you did nothing, that sucks. And having a team of people backing you up and doing, what is this one?
Reputation
management
repair
team.
Yep.
That would probably be helpful. Because that totally wasn't their fault, and they got massively trolled on, and that probably sucks on like many different levels. The thing is, while there's definitely cases where online trolling goes way too far and is like super not okay, like the Boston bombing thing where they picked the wrong person, and there's definitely other examples of this, I think the vast majority of the usage for this is going to be
fraudulent,
tempted to be claimed on things that are totally bullcrap. And one of my notes on here is that I'm hoping it's only for ultra aggressive cases, like where I'm talking about with the Boston bombing thing. Totally wasn't their fault. Totally got slammed on really, really badly, and totally wasn't their fault. I think it's mostly going to be like kids on COD yelling at each other, and then one of them getting sad, and someone's parents being like, well, I have this troll insurance thing. Let's just, I don't know, they're all COD players, so that's a group.
So, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, and it comes back to, like, I was making light of it before, but the line between online harassment and in-person harassment is very, very gray. Like, it's, you know, people who don't believe in cyberbullying will often say, well, just unplug your internet connection, but it is very rarely...
I don't believe in a lot of what people define as cyberbullying.
No, and that's true of me as well,
Yeah.
but...
It does exist.
Something that people have to be aware of is that when the line is gray, it can be something that can't be gotten rid of as easily as unplugging an Ethernet cable. Like,
or just not playing that game.
If
Because
you
if you like aren't very good at League of Legends and people make fun of you for it a lot, maybe ignore chat, or just, if that affects you that much, just don't play League or play against bots or something.
and another option would be to get better.
Yeah, like I don't count that as like you just need to.
But there
fix.
are many instances where the online cyberbullying can bleed over into real life. Like it's, someone sharing an improperly obtained picture of you and then having to deal with the fallout of that at school,
I didn't even think about
for
that
example.
one. That's brutal. Yeah.
So the line is very gray between what is online harassment and what is in-person harassment, because they can become one and the same, and it's not always as simple as just like, oh well, I just won't go online if I put my head in the sand. I mean, it's funny because it's the same group of people saying, well, just ignore it, as the same group of people that would make fun of people for putting their head in the sand and ignoring a problem. So,
like, if literally the forensic specialist that's tracing the origins of your trolling is like, oh, you're bad at video games, then I don't know, man. Figure it out. If it's random anonymous people on the internet talking to you in a very contained situation, and once you stop playing that game, it's over, maybe find a solution. I don't know. Leave chat. Don't read chat. Do something. If you're actually being like improperly obtained picture, we did it Reddit. If it's like one of those types of situations, like, sure, I think this makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, there's gonna be at least
But paying for troll insurance because you think that's gonna happen to you is insane.
Most insurance is set up like that, where the odds are so slim that you'd actually kind of like. I mean, you look at the way the math works.
Yeah.
Is there have to be enough suckers who are paying for it and don't need it to compensate for everyone who claims it, and
That's
lots
true.
more.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea. That's insurance. So I did get like, stop playing League. Oh, I got a message. I have to interrupt this program to bring you a shout out for Marks. I don't know if he wants me to give his last name, but I promised him a shout out on the dual quad core old server gaming rig thing.
I thought you did.
I thought I did too, but it didn't make it into the final cut.
I swear I watched it.
I asked for it to be added to the YouTube one, and then I never watched the YouTube one, so maybe it did get added. Maybe he's trolling me.
I swear it said something. Someone gave me this. Anyways.
Whatever. It was Marx who provided the Xeons. No, not Marx Work Warehouse. No, not Karl Marx. Okay, well, anyway, the point is, he provided the motherboard and the Xeons and the RAM and the idea for doing that video. So I wanted to give a massive, massive shout out to Marx here, who is apparently watching the show. So good job watching the show.
Hi, Marks.
You excellent person. He also does some writing now for us.
Maybe I watched like a pre-cut.
Can this finish processing?
No.
The YouTube announcement is not done processing yet. I don't know what they're doing. They've got hamsters running the servers right now, apparently. So I'm gonna try uploading it again and see if, oh, that's from last week. I do not want that to go up to the, oh, why? Why do you hate me, internet?
We should do the thing after this.
Do the thing.
Yeah.
You are the thing to me.
Do we have it?
I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Maybe I don't know.
I'm sure you don't know what
maybe I do.
I'm fairly sure you don't know what you're talking about, because I don't know what you're talking about.
And that means that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Don't make me put my head in the sand. Don't make me ignore this really hard. Okay?
It's just dislike you.
All right. Why don't we get into this? This is great. Our source for the actually no. Why don't we talk about our sponsor? So our first sponsor today, boom, lynda.com. We have got to get that old WAN show logo fixed in our lower thirds. So if you're not familiar already with lynda.com, it's the place to go to learn online. Actually, there's a lot of places you can go to learn online, but lynda.com is definitely one of them. They've got thousands of courses, like literally thousands of courses, everything from web development to photography to visual design to business to video editing. All the courses are taught by industry experts with new courses added every single week. So whether you want to set new financial goals, find a better work-life balance, or just Get better at your hobby for a very affordable amount of money. Head over to lynda.com/wanshow and you can get a free 10-day all-you-can-eat trial. Yes, all you can eat, except that you can't eat the internet. I'm sorry to have broken that bad news to you. Plans start at only $25 a month once you're done your free trial, and we've had a lot of positive feedback about lynda.com from our viewers, so definitely worth having a look at. Speaking of things that are worth having a look at, oh bollocks, where's you trying to find the kit?
Yeah.
Oh, it's on the sponsor stuff shelf. It's next to the B-roll stuff shelf. Don't step on the green paint in your bare feet. You're gonna mark it. Freshbooks.com. Freshbooks is the solution for easily managing your small business. Whether you're a plumber, you teach dance lessons. I mean, there's gotta be a bajillion small business ideas. PC repair, house painting, like all just general handyman or lady type work, anything like that. FreshBooks allows you to keep all of your accounting and your logged hours and your job management all in one place in an easy to use like cloud-based application. And you can do things like track your hours, submit an invoice to your customer, have your invoice, have a response that comes back to you that says the customer has received this invoice, and then you can have them pay by credit card through FreshBooks itself. So I guess what else is there to say about it? Oh, this is cool. Actually, this wasn't in my notes before. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to their support staff where you will speak to a real human. No phone tree, no escalations, no return calls, which isn't to say they won't return your call if you ask them to, just answers. Oh, this is cool. They just got a mobile card reader. Awesome. So it's getting better and better all the time. Visit freshbooks.com/WAN and claim your free trial today. And finally, iFixit. We have a new iFixit offer code for you guys, and now is definitely a good time. I wonder if they would get it to you in time. Okay, well, holiday season, I'm not sure. You'll have to check with iFixit, find out if they can get you an awesome gift for the techie, and you know what? Just grab an old one for now.
Okay.
There's one there.
How many of those?
Yeah, we have lots of those. We'll settle for the old one today. Part of the problem is I took one of the new ones home.
That's like
No, I didn't take both of them.
I didn't even know we had to.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, I snagged one like.
I knew you snagged one.
So fast. So iFixit has guides for how to take apart your mobile devices, put them back together, computers, desktops even, laptops, phones, tablets, all that kind of stuff. And they have a full lineup of tools that help you do it. This is a really old one, I think. But everything from their ProTech toolkit to their more... Wait, no, this is the 52 driver kit, sorry. So the ProTech toolkit, which has an ESD strap and it's like some pry tools, and actually their new one is even better. It's got their suction cup in it and all kinds of cool stuff, all the way up to even like entire full like briefcase size kits with a multimeter, all the drivers, the other set of drivers, which we have around here somewhere as well. The problem is we can never keep track of where these are because we use them so often.
And we have so many.
But they're great. I love them.
That's why we have some.
Taryn, half the time I go into that room, Taryn has one on the desk next to him.
The new one?
I wonder if he does. Anyway, the point is, they've got all the stuff you need, and you can save $10 on a purchase of $50 or more by heading over to ifixit.com/Linus and entering the code WAN at checkout. That offer code changes fairly frequently, so stay tuned. Make sure you're always watching the WAN show to get the latest iFixit offer codes. I guess that's pretty much it.
So it was so good that someone from work just took it.
Someone better have like taken it home.
Also, you did for one of them.
Well, I took one of them. I'm the boss. And I took part of one. I didn't take like the whole.
Did you check it out?
No, we don't enter tools in the system.
Wow, so I can just take tools home?
Well, you have to let me know. I let you know. See?
That's
communication.
True. Yeah, okay. But it wasn't here when we needed it.
That's true. It wasn't here. The new one's really nice.
It is. It has magnetic
Yeah, it's got more stuff, and it's really nice.
Anyways.
All right, so let's get into our next somewhat touchy topic here. Okay, this is so stupid.
With how 2015 is going, everything's a touchy topic. So
2015?
Yeah.
Oh, balls. Okay, I just screwed up a thing. Well, you know what?
See, balls, touchy
Whatever.
topic.
Touchy? Are you propositioning me?
I thought I already did that.
Oh, right. But on air? All right, so this is worth having a look at.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay. So the National Crime Agency, this is what, UK or something, right? Yeah. Released this TV ad spot, which we can have a quick look at. Basically, it's the kind of the two over-enthusiastic parents. I don't know if you guys have audio. I'm just going to turn it off regardless. Right, I turned off the wrong thing. So they're bragging about how when he loses an online game, he just takes down the server and, oh, those DDoS things, he does them all the time. He's so smart. I thought they did a really good job of this spot overall. So they're bragging about what he's doing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the punchline is bippity boppity. So yeah, I guess that's, what else do you want to know? And they're like, start at the beginning. And then, yeah, now we're in an interrogation room. Now, to be clear, there was some scare tactics involved here.
Of course.
It's like, this kid could be yours. And it's got to do one of those cybercrime wrecks lives kind of things, because I think those are mandatory by law in any kind of public service announcement or like warning type thing. I guess PSA would probably be the correct term for this. But the issue that I have with how people are receiving this is okay. Well, first let's get into this. So I'm going to start with our source here. So blogs are taking this campaign and I think running completely the wrong direction with it. Yeah, that's a really obnoxious ad, hey?
Yeah.
So this blog,
Oh
the Next
my.
Web, yeah, I know. Super obnoxious site. The writing isn't much better. Goes, okay, according to the National Crime Agency, the UK's version of the FBI, they have a new campaign that's aimed at cutting cybercrime, especially amongst teens, not teams.
Cybercrime teams are not good.
So this is where it goes all full on sensationalist. Never go full sensationalist. By the NCA's definition, we might all be super hackers. Here's what to look for. Is your child spending all of their time online? Are they interested in coding? Do they have independent learning material on computing? Do they have irregular sleeping patterns? Do they get an income from their online activities? Do you know why and how? Are they resistant when asked about what they do online? Do they use the full data allowance of the home broadband? Have they become more socially isolated?
Hey, Mom.
In fact, oh, yeah, I know, right? Me too.
Everything.
In fact, all these warning signs would apply to my friends and colleagues. Blah, 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 but I'm not a cyber criminal. As you can see, no parent should assume that any of these things are precursors to a life of infamy and really badass scenes of movie hackery.
They're not saying
And
these
the bottom
things-
line, hold on, the bottom line, according to this blogger, talk to your kids. Well, this blogger never read the actual NCA page.
Nice flowers, Dennis.
Because that's exactly what they said. Here it is. Here's the actual article that people should probably look at before crapping all over what I think is actually a fairly well put together little piece
That's really
here.
not bad.
So what is cybercrime? They give examples of cybercrime: gaining access to someone's computer network without their permission, making, supplying, or obtaining malware, carrying out DDoS, distributed denial of service attacks. They don't even include I think probably the most outstanding thing about this article here and this campaign is that they're not even going after piracy. They're ignoring piracy. They don't even mention it. They're not even including piracy under the same umbrella as cybercrime. Something that I wish more people had noticed and would have realized is actually a pretty important distinction, because they're really not the same thing.
Okay, someone
At
in the
all.
chat said rip Tintu, who will save us now. That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, hacking into the system, into the
Access granted.
Yeah. So then they
So
go on
good.
to say, okay, well, here's the consequences. And they don't even say you're going to go to jail forever. You could get a visit and warning from police or NCA officers. You could get arrested. Their computers could be seized, and they could be prevented from being allowed to access the internet. Penalties are fine, up to 10 years in prison for serious offenses. Things to look out for. Are they resistant when asked what they do online? Do they get an income from their online activities? Do you know why and how? It's funny how when I read this in a different voice, it doesn't sound like such a crazy thing. Are they spending all of their time online? Do they have irregular sleeping patterns? Have they become more socially isolated? okay, many of these things are just normal teenage behaviors. This is right out of the freaking article.
Basically the second line.
Taken in isolation, they don't necessarily suggest that a young person is at risk of being involved. They are just possible indicators that your child is getting into the wrong activities.
If you're MLG pro, it's fine.
If a young person is showing several of these signs, try and have a conversation with them about their online activities. This will allow you to assess their computer knowledge proficiency so you can understand what they're doing, explain the consequences of cybercrime, and help them make the right choice. There's nothing wrong with the way that this is written.
And then there's another video if you scroll down a little bit.
This is great. Ways to use cyber skills positively.
Yeah.
So here's a bunch of stuff, and then this video is great. Former hacker, ex-hacker, went to jail. He was like, yep. If I had realized...
If someone, well, he said if someone had presented opportunities to me,
I would have done it.
So the whole idea here isn't actually about, like, oh my God, your kid's a criminal. It's like, maybe talk to them and show them, like, hey, you're interested in this stuff. That's cool. There's a whole bunch of different job paths you can go down.
And so, I think a lot of the time people will go like, oh, they're saying that if I have computer skills, I'm a hacker. Yeah, anyone with coding skills is a hacker. Well, no. But not everyone with lockpicking skills is a burglar. But with that said...
Or you are a hacker, but not in the bad way.
Yes. And if my son or daughter is picking up a lot of lockpicking skills, spending a lot of time out late at night, and has inexplicable new possessions, which is pretty much what that list was saying, that doesn't mean it doesn't mean that they're a burglar. They could be, they could have a lockpicking job on the side for a locksmith.
And know someone that works a lot and can only hang out at nighttime.
Or whatever. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't have that conversation. Hey, what are you up to? You know that if you're doing something that's not a good thing to be up to, that can be a problem. These are the consequences. This is your life. You need to...
Honestly, like...
that's all the NCAA is saying!
If your parenting style happens to be one of those ones where you're, like, ultra involved with your kids' interests, there's a lot of really cool hacking stuff you can do. That's, like, not criminal even remotely.
And they outline a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. Like, there's some really cool shit you can do. Making things work the way you want them to work is a very cool thing, and it's fun.
So there you go. I just wanted to throw another voice into the mix of people that are trash talking this because they apparently didn't take the... It's not even a long article. It took me like a minute and a half to read it and go, this is perfectly fine. They've actually tackled this in probably the best way they possibly could, because the reality of it is a lot of the people leaving comments on that video are being elitist douches about it, quite frankly. This campaign is designed for not you tech-savvy youngsters. Yeah, I know that you guys are, I know what a DDoS is, blah, blah, blah. If it's in this context, whatever, like, you understand all this stuff. But they were trying to present it in terms that, like, my mom would understand. Or maybe someone slightly younger than my mom. I'm not exactly a teenager
Someone in
anymore,
chat was like, Luke, they're called network professionals or app developers.
No, they're not.
That's not the only types of hacking at all. That's not the only types of ethical hacking at all. There's stuff you can do at home that affects literally 0 other people that is hacking, that has nothing to do with networking and has nothing to do with app development. And it's fine.
And they even define the cybercrime, what is a cybercrime, really, really well. It's when you access someone else's network without permission. You can access someone else's network with permission, and that can be hacking if you're saying, okay, I'm going to try and keep you out, you try and get in. That's practice. Think of it that way.
I think there's still relative laws around that, but if you do it like in a contained environment and stuff,
they have hackathons.
Yeah,
like which are actually hacking in some cases.
And they're like good. It's helpful.
So yeah, there you go.
Tesla has like huge bounties on if you can hack something in the Model S, tell them how you did it, maybe work with them on how to solve the problem. Great.
All right, so let's get into the funniest topic of the week. Probably completely unintentionally funny, although part of me really does wonder, like, are they just seeing how far they can push things? Is that what Apple is up to at this point? This has been making...
Okay, the white case is literally hilarious.
They've been making... It reminds me of a scene from Alien. It's like, I feel like a battery alien is gonna, like, push itself out of the back of the phone.
There was a point in time where, like, we can hate on Apple as much as you want, but there was a point in time that if you walked into an Apple store, you could pretty much assume that everything, especially directly from Apple, was probably solid in terms of, like, design manufacturing.
Yeah.
This is not, for, like, a bunch of reasons.
It's horrendous.
One of them, the material that it is, picks up things and clings to it. So there's a video Lou has, Unbox Therapy, where he puts the white one in his jeans pocket, and he shows, like, they're not the loosest jeans ever, but they're definitely not skinny jeans either. Drops the phone in his pocket, pulls it back out, and it's, like, covered in lint. Like, what?
It's like,
what?
I've given a lot of crap to companies over the years that have released products that what I like to say is obviously no one ever actually used it. Like Antec had a case. What was it? The Dark Force DF85 or something like that.
I don't know what you're referencing, but
I remember talking to, I think, you about it, where I was just like, did anyone at Antec build a computer in this tower?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
And I was pretty sure that they did not.
Must not have.
This really feels like one of those kinds of things. Whereabouts in
You'll
this
see him
video is
standing
that
up.
part?
He's standing up. I don't think it's... Yeah, he puts the phone in first, so it's a little bit after this.
Where does he stand up? Dang it, Lou.
I think it's before
Here it
that
is.
bit. Oh.
Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so Linus screen share. There we go. There's our buddy Lou.
So he puts the white phone in his pocket, takes it back out, and then look at this. He doesn't even get that close in on it.
Yeah.
And like.
But it's like covered in junk. So it's just like, what are you actually doing? This is really great. I was reading the comments under.
Someone in the chat has a DF85. And,
oh, okay.
He's pretty upset that you said that.
I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, so this was really great. I was reading comments on someone's article about this somewhere, and they're just like, yeah, at the Apple store I work at, we're all just still recommending the Mophie case that we still stock. That's like way slicker in terms of design, has a higher capacity battery, and just we can't figure out any advantage to the first party accessory here. So apparently it's been nicknamed the Hump already. Saw a really great meme already. Someone photoshopped a picture of Apple's new lead designer, and it's just a camel in the middle of the desert. Like, apparently this is sexy now. So
I mean,
here's what I have to say.
Maybe.
My favorite thing about this, and I don't remember if I already said this on the show or if I said this in the show announcement or whatever, but this is what I have to say about this. I had a really great week because this week, well, I guess a couple weeks, I got my hands on the Surface Book. Yeah, I know you didn't have a great week. I got my hands on the Surface Book, Microsoft's clear acknowledgement, clear message to me directly that I was right, and that the Surface Pro 3 is not a replacement for a laptop, because if it was, they wouldn't have needed to release a laptop. So I really enjoyed that. Like, it made me feel so warm and fuzzy inside. Not warm and fuzzy enough to not return the Surface Book. I did end up doing that. I was prepared to keep it if it was good enough.
Okay.
But I still prefer the Blade 14.
Yeah.
Even though I don't game really much at all on it. And then this clear indication that Apple is acknowledging that I was right. It is time to acknowledge that the iPhone's battery is not good enough, and that if that's what it takes, if a kludgy solution with a hump hanging off the back of it is what it takes, it's time to lose the snobby attitude about making it thinner and making it more flat or whatever, and just make a slightly thicker phone. It could even be a different model, like the iPhone 6S Extended or whatever you want, or the 6E or whatever you want to call it. One that has better battery. That would be great. Thanks. So, yeah, I guess that's all there. Wow, is that all there is to really say about it? It's really stupid. Man, what were they thinking?
There's nothing. It picks up lint. It doesn't look very good. I've heard that it doesn't feel very good in terms of material, but I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
I've heard that it feels awkward to hold in your hand.
This is great. Also, Apple's acknowledgement that a curved shape at the back is probably easier to hold, although Apple, you went about it all wrong. Just throwing that out there. You could see the LG G4 for pointers. A curved back without also having a flat back and some weird, like, spandex leotard that it wears that is like stuffed to make its junk look bigger.
And like a lot of people have been saying, it super just looks like they had a whole bunch of batteries and were like, hey, we can put some material around it, sell them, I guess. It doesn't look like a product design thing. It looks like a, hey, we have a lot of these. Let's find some way to get rid of them.
Which I don't believe is what happened.
No.
To be very clear.
No, but it looks that way, which is bad.
Yeah, it really looks
You don't want it
awful.
to look that way.
Compatibility, at least it works with the 6. So at least they didn't be like, yeah, it's only for 6S customers.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. This is great. Oh, yeah. Wired couldn't even get a full charge off the case. It's only about a 75% charge.
God.
So that puts it somewhere in the neighborhood of probably around 1,600 milliamp hours. It's not even equivalent to the onboard battery. So, wow, so full of fail. So I guess we're into kind of rapid fire topics for the day.
Yep.
It's going to be kind of a short show today, which I guess is okay.
Not that short.
Liking the wrong picture on Facebook can get you imprisoned in Thailand. To be clear, this is something that Thai people are mostly aware of, but defaming the monarchy is illegal under the Thai Criminal Code 112. So, yeah, basically, in a nutshell, this guy was sentenced to 30 years in prison. His Facebook activity was deemed insulting to the monarchy.
People are just making fun of 10 years in prison for hacking.
Yeah. Yeah,
30 years in prison
that is
for
some
defacing the monarchy.
That is some pretty brutal stuff. I was reading an article about this, and one of the comments under it was, "What about freedom of speech?" Yeah, freedom of speech is like not a thing in a lot of parts of the world, actually. This is cool. Actually, I had not seen this. I must have skipped over this. Speedtest.net now allows users to check their internet speeds using HTML5. No more Flash required.
God.
Very excellent. I wonder if the test
That
works
website
better.
felt so old.
I want to do a speed test right now. I'm
Okay.
going to do one.
Remember, it's not going to be 100% accurate.
I know, but I'm going to do it anyway.
That's
I'm going to
fine.
do it anyway.
Don't screenshot it. Don't.
I will
screenshot
not screenshot it. Oh, what do you have to do? They've got an HTML5 beta site that you have to access. So I'm going to have to, I'll go find that.
Is it just beta dot?
I don't know.
I'll find it. You keep doing things.
I want to find it. You do a thing. Get wrecked.
What if we just both try to find it?
What if we just both try to find it? Good idea, Linus.
I think it is beta dot. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Way to go, Luke. I blame you for this. No, it's not. Or it's
Not.
not. Oh, oh, so bad. www doesn't work. How long did it take you to resolve that on linustechtips.com? 10 minutes?
Did we have that problem?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I don't know.
We didn't have it set up correctly for like a bit. And I was like, hey, Luke, when you type in the www, it doesn't work. You're like, oh, yeah, right.
Okay. I don't even remember. All right.
All right.
Are you doing it? It's doing it.
Yeah, I'm
So
doing it.
it doesn't look like there's nothing really going on. So they're like, HTML5 will do basically
Yeah, it
nothing.
looks kind of different. I can add like a, don't worry. I got this.
Just be careful.
I got this. Boop. So there you go. Looks a little
Yeah.
something like that. High-speed interwebs. It doesn't work properly for us. I've talked to our ISP about the fact that our internet never tests at the speed that it's supposedly rated at. And they're just like, well, cold hard truth is this. The servers that are hosting speed tests services, they're not exclusive to that. And they've got gigabit pipes. So unless you're speed testing to a server that has a gigabit pipe, has nothing else going on, and has no one else running a speed test, you're not going to see your full speed because you're on a gigabit pipe. And I'm like, that makes sense. I just kind of assumed that, like, they were more powerful.
Because it seems to be working.
Yeah.
Like, we get the effective speeds.
Yeah. But, like, I can upload something faster than 285.98 megabit per second right now.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, it's not...
Like, our internet's working. It's just, its speed test is like, nope, your internet's too fast. I can't measure it. And there are cases where you can measure full gigabit. Like, for example, in Google's campus, I was able to get 1 millisecond ping, gigabit up, gigabit down. But that was because the speed test server is probably in the same damn building.
Wouldn't be surprised.
So,
At all.
so there you go with that. Wouldn't that just kill you? if you lived like 10 blocks away from like a Google building or something like that, and you couldn't get Google Fiber, it's like, can I just run like a really long Ethernet cable? Speaking of running a really long Ethernet cable, it's confirmed. Ubiquiti Networks is sending us their dish-based point-to-point gigabit gear.
I was just gonna actually say, I wonder if you just got close enough that you could have like an access point or a repeater, grab their Wi-Fi, send it to a landline, and then like shoot it to your house. Try to feed off of like Google's internet. Not that you should ever do that. I don't condone anything that I just said.
Fairly sure that breaks at least several laws.
Yep.
So, but anyway,
Don't
back
worry
to
about
the
it.
thing that we could do that would be legal.
Not a good plan.
Is this gear is capable of like 40-kilometer links. I don't know if you can get full gigabit with a 40-kilometer link, but there's a couple different ways we're going to try and tackle it. We're either going to do like a moving vlog, like a project vlog style thing, where we try and get a gigabit link to my house from the office, which I would absolutely love and would be awesome. I'll
I
keep.
don't think that's gonna work.
I don't think it's going to work either.
Just because of like
We'd have to get really high,
obstructions. Yeah.
like physically high because of obstructions. Like up, vertical.
You have to like Minecraft it.
Yeah.
Like this isn't really gonna
With
work.
that said, I am on the Strata Council.
Oh my god.
Our neighbor, hold on, just hold on, just bear with
What
me. for a
about your
sec.
house?
Hold on.
Or do you just want to go high enough that you can like angle it down?
Okay, just wait, just calm down for a second, okay? I'm on the Strata Council.
Our neighbor's the
Our neighbor, our BA neighbor, who's like
he could
besties.
do it.
He's on the Strata Council. I'd be like, yo, dog, can you vote with me on this? I want to put a giant antenna on top of our unit. He'd be like, yeah, whatever, man.
You just offer, yeah, to be fair, he would. And two, if you were like, if you buy the equipment, I can put one up for you too, he'd be super down.
So it's like he's a cool guy.
Yep.
And there's a tree near my house that is like pretty tall, and I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do this.
I was
but
going to
like,
say, is it yours?
no, but it's really close to
Then
my house.
Paint the antenna green.
Yeah, I've got camo tape.
I mean, don't listen to me.
I've got camo duct tape, dog. So
Oh my god, there you go.
So
Oh my goodness.
if it can be done, we're either going to do that, or if that's just a total disaster and isn't going to happen,
Yeah.
we can't get approval or whatever else.
You've heard of like
Then-
pirate radio stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Then my parents live on the 39th floor or something of a high rise. So I'm going to put a unit up there, and I'm going to try and get a link to like my house or something.
Oh my god.
So that's the backup
You're just
plan.
gonna make your own giant local network.
It's going to be freaking awesome
I
one
have
way or
one too?
another. I'm super stoked. We did get 2 units. But one of them is not. One of them's like the consumer-y grade one, so I don't know if it's going to do that long of a link. Anyway,
That
so
would be super cool.
that's gonna. I am so down for a gigabit link to the office. So yeah, this is pretty cool. This was posted on the forum by Kamesh. I'm sorry, we've been really bad about that lately.
Someone in the chat just said where I work uses this a lot. That's cool.
It's cool stuff.
I'm assuming it's either shorter and or clearer runs though.
Yep,
We're going, like,
or they have access to towers and permission
or
to
that.
use them. Yeah.
Yeah. We
'Cause
don't have none of those.
That's what this gear is used for a lot of the
Any
time, is for like mobile internet service providers, like cellular data carriers. Is they're going to have these on their towers, so they'll have point-to-point links all over the place. Like if you look at a cell tower, it's going to have like tons of dishes on it. So one of the ones that we got is like kind of a consumer grade-y one that's actually fairly affordable and could be great for if you have like a back shed or a barn or something. Super cool solution. We might do a separate video about that.
There was a guy that I knew in high school. Now, keep in mind, this sounds like a huge amount of property, but where I went to high school is pretty far out, and then where they lived was like beyond that. So this is like deep in Farmville.
Real
not
Farmville.
the game.
Yeah.
So like way back on his property, like pretty far, there was this giant building where they did metal fabrication. I did a website for them when I was in high school. Would have been super
Probably
helpful
sucked.
for them.
Ding.
It wasn't very
Second
good.
troll.
It wasn't very good.
Go
Oh, dang. That probably would have helped them a lot because they had to run this like terrible. I think they had a dedicated internet line for that building because switching it was like not a good option and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
So if they could have just done that, that would have been super great.
Anyway, so the other unit we're getting is like a carrier grade one. So
Yeah.
that's the one that will be running to my house because I'm the boss if we end up doing this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Terrible.
Shaking his head.
Terrible.
I am terrible. All right, so let's go ahead. Meet the Android phone with a humongous 10,000 milliamp hour battery. Now, to be clear, I'm giving Apple
You
crap.
should see one year if you can just, you know how you got your parents the Sonos thing?
Yeah.
You should see if you can just cover all of your present needs.
With
Your gifting present needs.
with like
including
samples.
like your own. So like just
So the entire month of December should be presents for Linus and his family and his friends and his employees. Is that where you're getting at with this?
I wasn't actually, but that works.
Okay, so to be clear, I'm giving Apple crap for shipping 1,800 milliamp hour batteries in their flagship, like, $1,000 devices. But I'm also not saying that this is necessarily the solution. I think Apple's battery should be somewhere in the neighborhood of 3,000 to 3,200 milliamp hours. That would get you through an actual heavy use day where you actually want to navigate somewhere. This is pretty extreme. There's not that many pictures.
That's what I mean. Like, I was trying to look this up. All I can really tell is that it looks like it's kind of from the 90s.
No, there's. I found more pictures of it somewhere else. This article just doesn't have a lot of
I
pictures.
couldn't find any thickness pictures. Because if it's not that insanely thick, and it happens to have 10,000 milliamp hours on it, that's pretty cool.
It's thicker than a Droid Turbo. Like, it's pretty hefty. The thing that actually both bothers me about it, though, and is also really cool about it, is that I wouldn't want to use it because the specs for it are quite low end.
Yeah,
It's using like a
gigs.
1 gigahertz MediaTek quad core or something like that.
16 gigs of like total overall storage memory, which
Yeah.
is not very good.
It is expandable. 720p display, 5.5 inch display, 2 gigs RAM. Like it's very not amazing. But what's cool about that is that a 10,000 milliamp hour battery is going to power that forever. Like, you would actually probably be able to go about a week on this thing. Yeah. Seriously. It supports 4G LTE on both of its SIM card slots, so it actually looks pretty interesting. With that said, I'm not running out to buy one either.
I don't know why I'm doing this, but someone in the chat said, "Help! I can't get above 60 FPS in Fallout 4. Try turning off VSync. That's probably your problem." Okay, let's continue.
Okay. Spotify is reportedly considering making some music available only to paid users. So, so that it'll be like kind of a windowed thing that'll withhold certain albums from users who aren't paying, who are accessing the service freely and purely ad-supported. So Spotify has roughly 80 million users, 20 million who pay and 60 million who don't. And the Wall Street Journal reported that Spotify will test this new approach. Spotify did comment, "We are 100% committed to our model because we believe that a free ad-supported tier combined with a more robust premium tier is the best way to deliver music to fans, create value for artists and songwriters, and grow the industry. In that context, we explored a wide range of promotional options for the new Coldplay album and ultimately decided, together with management, that Coldplay and its fans would be best served with the full album on both free and premium this Friday." So, they're still committed to doing it the way they were going to do it. It's okay. But that doesn't mean that they aren't going to experiment with different monetization models, because that's the thing that the digital age allows us to do, which is kind of cool, is do things that are new and different and give consumers choice. I am not going to hate on them for this. And I'm ultimately glad that they're still doing the free ad-supported model, even though I personally pay for my music streaming service because I really don't want to listen to ads in it, and I plan to subscribe to YouTube Red as soon as I possibly can, and all of that stuff. Which, who knows? I really hope it comes to Canada soon. But there you go. It was maybe going to happen, and then it didn't happen. And speaking of things that were maybe going to happen and didn't happen, Firefox Phone. Mozilla has killed the Firefox Phone. With that said, they are not writing off the Firefox OS, and we could see it pop up in other devices in the future. So Mozilla said to TechCrunch, well, we weren't able to offer the best user experience possible, so axed it, which is a responsible thing to do.
Yep.
And I guess that's pretty much all I have to say for today.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's good.
Oh, actually, no, I have one more thing to hate on. Yep. Stick around for the hate. This is that thing that I teased before that wasn't.
Oh, yeah,
really,
I know nothing about this.
Yeah, that's fine. It's really easy. This is the most amazing thing that I've seen to date. Get this. Imagine this.
Oh.
A pocket PC, as portable and light as a smartphone, yet as powerful as a desktop PC. You can back it now on Indiegogo. I would love to see what their Indiegogo page looks like. Where? Really? Learn more.
Click the join button.
I'm in an endless loop. Join.
That one works.
There we go. Why have they raised $300,000?
Is it Flex?
Let's
Oh,
find
it's
out.
done.
Is it done? Oh yeah, so they're done. Original campaign was 2,945% funded. Okay, so whoops. Okay, back to the site. You shouldn't be allowed to say something this asinine on the internet. Let's just restrict that there, internet. Okay, I'm with Mr. Trump on this.
Free speech, bro.
So it's portable. No, but this is false advertising. It's a completely different thing.
But yeah, I don't know what it is.
Okay, well let's
I'll
get to
wait
it.
until I figure out what
It's
it is.
portable. It's got super fast storage. The flash storage is much faster than regular, commonly used 5,400 RPM hard disks. It is silent. It is Intel powered, combined with 2 gigs of RAM and an Intel high definition graphics card. You shouldn't be allowed to call onboard graphics a graphics card, by the way. It is not on a card. It is especially not on a card, because you could make the argument that a motherboard is just a big card. Back in the days when the iGPU was on the North Bridge. It is especially not a card now that it's on die. With a super fast 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi card, also, oh, that probably is a card, and integrated Bluetooth 4.0, you can connect to devices within the blink of an eye and browse and watch online videos. Possessive. Should have probably spell checked. I mean, I try not to be a nitpicky person about that kind of stuff if you're not being a complete asshole, but that's not what's happening here. Quicker than ever before.
Is it in this next picture? Not really.
That's it. So that's the PC. Quad-core Intel Atom Bay Trail. Okay, so a Bay Trail is not a desktop processor. This is not faster than a desktop processor, and while it isn't bigger than a phone, it also isn't more than a phone. It's just a phone. Also, Intel has much more powerful PCs that are exactly the same size, or very similar, if maybe a little bit bigger.
It's like a little bit
Yeah,
taller,
the
but
NUC
a little
is
bit,
thicker.
Yeah, it's not as long though. I
But
think.
Gigabyte has bricks ones that are thinner, if I recall correctly. So, yeah, so there's this thing that totally exists.
There's
and-
also the Intel Compute Stick.
Yep, which is smaller than this, and I believe
Probably way more usable.
I don't remember if it's a quad or a dual core though. So
Probably
watch,
not as
watch out for
fast,
that.
but like, what are you gonna do on this that you can't do on a Compute Stick?
One HDMI output. Why are we funding this? This is stuff that exists already. This is, and like the thing that really makes me mad is not that it's a tiny computer. That's fine.
Let me see if Twitch
A
chat is
pocket
telling us
PC
something.
as portable and light as a smartphone, yet as powerful as a desktop PC. Come on. Come on. The super fast quad core Intel, it's literally the slowest quad core they make. The super fast quad core Intel processor ensures you have enough power to use Sirius B for
Apparently,
any task.
People in chat are claiming that the Compute Stick is a quad core.
Yeah, I think it might be.
I did the video. I should probably know, but I don't remember.
Yeah, but we don't always remember everything that we make a video about. We make a video literally every day. Give us
But
a
like
break.
the Compute Stick was usable, and it's kind of in an interesting form factor, and you can plug it directly into a monitor, and like,
But what it isn't is as powerful as a desktop.
no, but that wasn't the point.
Yes, whereas this, that's my issue.
Yeah.
Is they're just being asshats about the whole thing. So, yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I have to say about that. There it is. There's the Sirius B.
So the Fusion C is just probably what Zotac does.
Yep.
So are both of those probably.
Yep. With that said, if they have a nice ID, like I can see them having a place, but I hate it when you're misrepresenting what it is entirely. It's like, it's no bigger or heavier than a smartphone. Well, yeah, that's because it basically is a smartphone without a screen or a battery. I could make a smartphone that's, well, okay, I personally couldn't, but
But
if
you could take a smartphone.
I could take a smartphone, take the battery and screen off of it.
There you go. Business model.
Oh, wow.
Sell the screens as replacement screens for people that need to fix their phones. Sell the batteries for replacement batteries for people that need to fix their phones. Sell the inside for more by claiming it's more than it is.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, thank you for watching The WAN Show. We will
Capitalism.
see you guys again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
I'm going to stream tonight. Okay, bye. I'm dedicating for Friday.
Are you?
I'm actually going to do it.
Twitch give you crap about it? Have you noticed our viewership has been like really good lately?
I have.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know why people are watching our videos all of a sudden. I mean, I know why they watch our videos. Our videos are great. I just don't know why they stopped watching them.
Algorithm.
Oh, I guess they're right.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah. Is it wrong that I just kind of take for granted that people should watch our content because it's amazing? I think we've had good content lately.
I think so too.
I don't know. Like,
Someone
I don't
says
know.
we can hear you. I know.
Yeah, we know.
We know.
You know. You guys are cool. You guys are like inner sanctum. You stuck around till after the outro.
Yeah.
Actually, this is pretty much everyone. It seems like no one really tunes out until after the.
I think
after
it's
the
because
outro.
we've made a habit of just we don't stop talking.
Right.
Because we do that like every week.
Yeah, but I blame you.
Yeah. That's probably fair.
Yeah. What they can't do is see us. We could be making out right now for all they know.